Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of What is the Tea with MD. It is Pride Month, and we're continuing as we talk about Love Victor seasons 1 and 2. And trust me, we have plenty of thoughts. But before we get into them, of course, I have my co host with me,
What's up,
Mr. Ozzy.
everybody? I'm excited because I've been watching this for the first time. I thought I should have been started watching this, so this is about to be a lot because I have a lot to say. Yeah.
Oh, like when I tell you we all have thoughts, y'all. Like we've been talking through the chat about what we didn't like, what we wish would happen. Like y'all gonna be in for a treat today. And of course, next to me this way, we have
Like,
Mr. Aaron Michael Jonson.
Yes. Hello. I'm cordial. This is a new fresh show. I'm so cordial on here. It is mighty wonderful to be in your presence, in your person. Um, I quite appreciate the decor. I like this. I love the wallpaper. Master Odd Geek. Loving Victor, his series. It's great. I got a lot of thoughts. My thoughts got some thoughts. Um, mm, yep. hmm But yeah,
Like
I'm
a
gonna be on my best behavior over here
okay,
in
okay, if you
this
say so.
little this realm. That's a bold faced lie, but yeah.
Right, right. Call it out right now. You know that's a bold faced lie. But yes, we all have some thoughts. And Love Victor is a spinoff of the film Love Simon, which is based off the novel Simon versus the Homeless Agenda. And what Love Simon is about this teenage boy, Simon Spear, who is on his coming out journey. He goes to Creekwood High, a high school in Atlanta, and there's not a lot of openly gay kids. And Simon is he is gay, but he doesn't want really anybody to know just yet. And he finds there's this website on the school's on the internet called Creek Secrets, and there is a message from another gay kid named Blue, and so Simon and Blue start to correspond with each other, and Simon is trying to figure out exactly who Blue is because they start to form this romantic relationship, and so it's him pretty much coming to terms with his sexuality and figuring out how to come out to the people that he loves, like his mom, his dad, his friends, and meanwhile trying to figure out who Blue is. And at the end, Simon, he comes out to his family. They love him, accept him, and then also he finds out that Blue is his good friend Bram, a soccer player, played by Keenan Lonsdale plays Bram, and Simon and Bram go out. And Love Victor is a spinoff of this, and it's Victor Salazar. He's 15 years old. Him and his family move from Texas to Atlanta. We find out why later. Trust me, that is drama filled, y'all. Like my
drama. Like,
drama.
Big drama.
So Victor goes to Creekwood, and he find Victor is also gay, but he's still not out yet. So there's this boy named Benji who is out, and Victor starts to have feelings for Benji, but Victor also likes this girl named Mia. And so season 1 is pretty much Victor trying, to go out with Mia, and but still, having feelings for Benji, and all this time, Victor is also contacting Simon through DM on Instagram, trying to give, advice to Victor about coming out, actually coming to terms with who he is. And at the end of season 1, at the beginning of season 2, because it's a cliffhanger, because it's right when Victor is about to tell his parents that he's gay. And season 1 starts with him coming out to his parents, and season 2 is also the parents' journey of learning to accept Victor for who he is. And trust me, that is some drama too. That is some drama.
You know what? I can't wait till we get to that because I was like a little heated, but we'll see.
And his Victor's sister Pilar has a friend named Raheem who is also gay. So Victor starts to help Raheem with his coming out journey as well. This show is very interesting. They do take some of the funny aspects, like the comedic aspects of Love, Simon, but they also go a little bit further with what Love, Simon was trying to do. Yeah. And I just want to know, what were y'all's initial thoughts when y'all watched it?
When I first watched it, I was kind of mad at myself for not watching it because I think I watched Love, Simon for the first time either last year. So I was kind of mad at myself for not actually sitting down and taking the time to actually be caught up with Love, Victor. But I'm kind of glad that I did just now watch it because I have I guess I could say a newfound love for it. And I've heard so much great things about it, and it's a really great show. As you said, I think it goes deeper into more of the soap opera-ness for it. You know how movies, they can't really, like, they can give you soap opera, but it's gonna be like very quick, because we gotta hit these acts, we gotta hit these scenes, we gotta go on about this, tell the story as a movie. But with the TV series, they can actually give you that soap opera feel, that drama, that climax, that build up to a situation that happened episode 4 of season 1 that has resolution on episode 3 of season 2. So it has that time to actually give you that moment of a soap opera and give you that build up. But I loved it. I'm not currently liking season 3, but I do appreciate season 1 and 2, and especially because I watched them back to back. And I think that's what that's what I like about season 1 and 2 is because I watched them back to back and how cohesive the storyline continues. And now where I'm at, I'm just like, mind you, I have 3 more episodes of season 3 right now. But where I'm at, I'm just like, I feel what y'all doing and I don't like it. But season 1 and 2 are like, I feel like they are great for the actual franchise from Love, Simon to Love, Victor, and it is its own entity and it does it well. I will say that.
And speaking of that, one thing that I really did wish they would do, because at the end of season 2, like I said before, Victor and Simon correspond with each other. And, at the end of season 2, Victor is he calls Simon and he's like, I don't really need to, I'm good. I don't need advice anymore. Like, I'm okay. I've come to terms with what's going on. I wish they would have done that the last episode of season 3 as opposed to season 2 because Victor still has a lot that he needs to learn from Simon. So I just wish that they would have at least kept Simon around. Nick Robinson, he probably was very busy and he probably, he couldn't do it. But if he did have the time, at least come, still correspond, do the voiceovers with the direct messages like he did in seasons 1 and 2. And then the last episode should have been in season 3 should have been that phone call that Victor made to Simon right before he went to the Winter Festival. Goes to Winter Festival and spoiler.
Simon wasn't a good character.
Huh? What did you say?
That's his hot take. That's his hot take. I see.
What did you say?
I said maybe. Don't put me in the hot seat. I said maybe.
You said it?
That Simon wasn't a good character. Look, okay. He's not a right character. I mean, okay. We could.
I was about to say elaborating because I think I know where you're going, and I think I know where you're going.
Okay, yeah.
I think because it was a movie and it was a movie and I felt they rushed his character development.
That's part of it. They rushed his character development, and I just feel like, from a technical standpoint, this is a very controversial, very, 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 very. I don't know how to say it.
Say it.
Shoot.
It's called.
I really don't know if I should say this. But you know what? It's still Pride Month. It needs to be said. I feel like Love Simon. I feel like Love Victor fixes a lot of the mistakes that Love Simon made because I think they realize that Love Simon is a it's a white fantasy. Because we've seen this. It's a nice, it's lovely to get a nice vanilla LGBTQ plus story where there's not like this life threatening drama, but it's you've seen this in like you've seen this same storyline in Degrassi and all these different things, and it's just from a white perspective. And you can't be in Atlanta and not have people of color running around.
It though. I mean, that's true,
right?
It's
and I just feel like it did a great job in exploring what needed to be explored, because a lot of people go through that, and a lot of people will always go through that. But there are more people who don't look like Simon that want to see themselves.
And they brought that up. And they brought that up in season 2. Like, because Raheem understood where Victor was coming from, because Raheem comes from background. So Raheem understood, what Victor was going through. When Victor's like, Benji, it's because you're white. Like, you don't understand. My family's strictly Catholic. Like my mom. Like she doesn't understand what's happening because of her religious background. We're Catholic, so work with me here. And Benji was like, no, he wasn't getting it. Like Benji was not getting it. Victor had to be like, no, it's because you're white. That's why you're not understanding.
Right.
Like, I remember me and Aaron watched it, that episode.
That was a good episode.
Like, what?
Okay. I mean, it had to be said because you're saying it through Benji was saying it through his eyes, but you're not seeing it from Victor's eyes, like what he has to go through and what he, what is the word I'm looking for? Shit, basically what he going through, as in with his skin color. You don't have to go through that. Like you are still passable for who you are. So yeah, I'm glad that they addressed it. Because I mean, we do need more, like you say, basically, especially in Atlanta, you don't give us nothing. I mean, love Victor, but it's like it didn't.
Right.
At least you could have. I mean, and I hate it because I stand Mia down. So yeah, I get where she comes into play for the character in the show as well. But I do wish she could have had a black best friend that was gay and going through some things, because then we could have got another perspective and another light of what somebody else goes through their journey of coming out and having to deal. But that's another topic for another day. And yeah.
Now let's get into what I know all of us are going to. What all of us are going to have some thoughts on, y'all. This is the moment y'all been waiting for. The parents. The parents.
Love the daddy. Love the daddy down. Love the daddy. Love him down. Mama got to go. Got to go. Like, got to go. Like, I still don't like her.
Like, it's just so sad. I think that's why they want you to feel, because it's so sad. Like watching someone who was always in her son's corner. We know she made mistakes, and we found out, that she had an affair with, one of her, with her husband's boss. Like, we got that she made mistakes. We understand, and it's just how she treated Victor in season 2 when he came out. It's like, you don't do that. Like
it's realistic. I'll give it that.
It is realistic.
Very realistic. Very.
Yeah.
Because Simon's parents were very supportive of him when he came out. Right? That's what he said. That's what they were referring to, like that white. But of people of color, it's a little bit. It's harder, for parents to accept that. Like it's harder, and like Victor said, when I think it was one of the first messages he sent Simon, like, we're not the same. Like, we're not
Mm-hmm.
alike. We're not. And Simon co-signed, like, yeah, we're not. Like, everyone has their own
Mm-hmm.
coming out story.
Mm-hmm.
And that was part of Victor's, like, his mom not really accepting his sexuality at first. Because it took her a while. Like, it took her, like, almost, a year to really, like, get behind Victor. Like, in season 3, spoiler, like, she tries to set him up with a dude. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in season 3, you could tell she's trying. Like, you can tell that she is trying to understand where Victor's coming from. But in season 2, it's like, Isabella, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, because it's like, girl, wait a minute. You can't try to sweep up your own front porch when you're the reason y'all are where y'all at now.
Right.
Like, have some compassion. Have because your husband could have just left you and your kids for dead.
Okay.
No shade.
Yeah, now you're right about that.
Like this. Okay, I'm from Texas, so that's pretty on brand for some people from Bible Belt, Bible Belt County. To it's okay to have your sins thrown back at you in certain ways, but when it gets to stuff like that, yeah, it's a big old issue, and it's very hypocritical. Yeah, that's the word. It's hypocritical. I'm glad to shed light on it, but it's just like they wrote that a little too well. They wrote that a little too well.
Yeah.
Because she was a very unlikable character.
It was like when he came out, and then what it was for me is that how when Victor, I think this was in season 1 when he stood up to his granddad, and when Benji and his boyfriend was at the house for Victor's birthday or whatever, and he stood up to his grandparents or whatever, and how she was like, "Oh, I raised my son to do this, that, and the third," and then in the quick instant, you just turned on him, and it was just like, I think that was just heartbreaking, because it's like, how you gonna prop him up against some people that's against your in-laws that you can't really fight your own battles with, but you're gonna prop him up, but then when he actually is understanding of who he is and trying to be himself, you shut him down, you treat him differently, you don't know how to speak now, you don't know how to be compassionate now, like what's the tea? So but I will say her character development is something that is a journey I think a lot of moms can relate to, just if they do have kids that have came out. And I do like the fact that the parents are going to the P flag thing. That's also another way to encourage parents that if you do have a kid that's coming out, that you can go to these functions and vent about it, or have help and support of how to tailor their experience, I want to say. So I do like the fact that they do have the P flag, just to encourage other parents and family members that are actually going through that. And it's not a bad thing, it's okay. It's just how your reaction is there, but it's just how you go on post term, like how you build the relationship back, and show compassion and show love and care.
And then there's the pastor.
Oh man!
Oh God!
And when this little Adrian said, "You're going to hell," that's when she lost it. When she when she did a 180. And she's like, "It's going to hell." Like, no, like why would you say that? Because that's what Father so and so said. She's like,
Girl, she turned around so quick.
Right.
Told him off.
It's like, that's real life.
I was like, in season 2, the only time I was like, okay, Isabel.
Right.
Okay.
Finally gonna stand up for your son after how long?
Right. Okay. It's been a minute.
Right.
Y'all, it was months? Months. Because it was the spring, it came out the spring right before the summer, the whole summer, and then the rest of the year. So yeah, around Christmas, and it's 6-7 months.
Child, it's a hot mess. But like I said, I get it. You know, you get to see that real journey of what she's going through and how she handles it, even though it wasn't the best at first. But you know, that's just the development of their character and how they can have their resolution. So I appreciate it. Still don't like her.
I understand. That's how I feel about another character. So
Who? Nia?
Let's talk about the supporting characters. I know exactly who Aaron's talking about. Let's talk about the supporting characters. Aaron, you go first since you have. I know this hot take. Go ahead, say it.
Benji got to go.
Oh, I can't stand Benji.
Like
Benji got to go.
It's just him and Victor. I know they were trying to make him and Victor in game, but there was just so much toxicity there that just didn't work. Because Benji was fighting his own demons with alcoholism, and you know, Victor is still getting used to being out. So it's like they just didn't really mesh. They didn't mesh. But one person who did mesh with Victor, who I had kind of said that they weren't in game, was Raheem. I love me some Raheem. Raheem was probably best suited for Victor because there wasn't a lot of tension between the two. It's like they naturally fit. Like
it was like an organic chemistry that they had because they were friends at first and it just happened.
Right.
Because Raheem kissed him at Mia's dad's wedding. Mm-hmm. Because when Victor goes to the house, I was hoping, please let it be Raheem's house. Please let it be Raheem's house. Please.
I was so mad with Victor. I said, I'll punch you in your face.
And then it's like Raheem.
They want to be so bad.
When I tell you, in that first episode of season 3, when Raheem is just sitting there looking out the window waiting for Victor to come, it's like
hot mess.
Mess.
And what I like about Raheem is that he calls Victor out on his stuff. Like it's not it's like for he made like if you watch their back and forth, it's funny, it's clever. Like Raheem's not trying to like make Victor feel bad. Mm-hmm. You know, it's Raheem's coming from a real honest, true, compassionate place whenever he's speaking. You know, Raheem, how Victor became close to Raheem was, he was Pilar's friend. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Pilar. Oh, this girl.
Pilar is so sweet. I like Pilar. I feel like Pilar is an innocent bystander.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I do. I mean, yeah, of course, I was mad at her for season 1. Mind your business, keep your mouth closed type of situation. But I think after that, plus she was very resentful to her mom. Mm-hmm. So that's what I was like, yes, get her, Jade, get her, get her. But no, I like her. I mean, like I said, season 1, Pilar, shut your mouth, mind your business. You ain't have to read my note. I don't need you. I know what you're trying to do, but that's not what you needed to do. You need to mind your business. Where is your man?
Because what I tell you, she was trying to cause some drama. Because like when she found out, that her mom had the affair, and when her grandparents came and she was about to spill the beans, and Victor was like, "Pilar, don't do it." Like, right. That's what she's like, no. And then when she found, the letter that Victor wrote Benji, she's like, "Who the hell is B?" And then she started causing drama at the dance. Like, girl,
it's like, girl, you had no right, no business. Girl, you ain't even really, was you even really friends with me like that?
Some people just wait for drama.
Yeah.
And she one of them because she was all up in her mama's business. Stay in a child's place. Oh.
And it surprised me that she had a thing for Felix because Felix was a friend of the Salazar since that was the first friend he was the first friend Victor made when they got
one of the best characters on the show.
No, he was really one of the best characters on the show, and he was the first person that Victor came out to, because he knew Felix was a very understanding, very caring, very loyal best friend. Like he was great to Victor, even when sometimes Victor wasn't so great to him.
Right.
And we find out a little bit more about Felix, how he like his mom has bouts of depression, and how he would always have to take care of her, and when Blake, who is Mia's best friend, when they started going out, he took her to his house, like, yeah, this is his apartment, like, this is what I go through,
Right.
this is my home, like, this is my mom suffers from depression, so this is what's going on with me. I'm just being open and honest with you. As Lake, you heard the stuff that Lake's mom was saying about her, when he was hiding under the bed. So Lake and Felix's relationship was, I don't know, like, I would say it didn't work.
Test drive.
Yeah.
Very much. It was very much test drive. Granted, I think it was a good test drive for them both to find themselves in each other and separately, because they didn't know what they wanted.
Right.
They both was dealing with things, and Blake, I feel like Blake was raised, and especially how she cared for Felix, she wants to be that person to help. She thinks because her mom is who she is as a reporter or whatever, she feel like she has to have that necessary feeling of helping everybody and caring for everybody and putting herself last and putting everybody before her. So I feel like that's what she was doing with Felix, because one day we was together, so she felt like she had to insert herself and help. I like Felix though. I do. His story, I think I definitely was blindsided by all of that when it actually came out about his mom and everything. I was like, whoa, he's been dealing with that, and look how he's coping with his friends and everything like that. Kind of feels like he was trying to suppress everything that he was feeling to hang out more with, Victor and things like that, and then Blake. But I appreciate his storyline as well, because I was not expecting that to happen
At all, because you never would have known it. Like like how it just like came like
Right.
Like I figured him and Pilar wouldn't be in game. I figured they probably wouldn't be in game. But I like how. Dang, I don't want to spoil season 3. Okay, I'll talk about it next episode.
I was gonna say, we going on here?
I'll talk about our next one.
I got 3 more episodes, and I swear we can have full range next part on part 2. I promise, full range.
Because I got some thoughts on that. But anyway, and in our next set of characters, Mia and Andrew. Mia, I feel sorry for Mia because she was a great character. She was always there for Victor. She she always was understanding. When Victor came out, because she found out in a very, I don't want to say bad, but it wasn't good.
It was like uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable because she found out when she saw them kissing.
Right.
And
it was uncomfortable in the whole situation. Like, it was awkward. That was awkward as hell.
And her anger for not talking to Victor for as long as she didn't talk to him was understandable.
Yeah.
Like, it was I get it. Victor didn't want to, spoil anything for her, because going through, her mom left her when she was a kid. So, her dad raised her. And now, her dad has a new girlfriend. She's coming into the picture. Veronica's not necessarily taking over. Like, Veronica is not taking over, like, at all. But it's weird for me having another female figure in the house around. And, her trying to cope with that, she is catty to Veronica. But, her dealing with this, and then Victor being there for her through all this. And he had plenty of moments to where he could have told her.
He dropped the ball a lot.
With Mia, he dropped the ball a lot with Mia, and just seeing her reaction, when she found out that that him and Benji were a thing, and her not talking to him, like, that is completely understandable. Like, you could have told me this anytime, and I would have been fine with it. But you're sitting here making me look like a fool. You know, you couldn't tell me that I have feelings for this guy. You know, I'm gay. You know, and she would have understood that. Like, me as a very understanding person, she would have understood. But you know, Victor was afraid. Like, he didn't really know how to handle the situation, and so you know, Mia runs to Andrew, who is the captain of the basketball team. You know, classic jock. You know, self-absorbed. But Mia is the one who can. Mia and Victor are really the ones who can put Andrew in his place. Because Mia's not here for Andrew's taunting, not here for the pranks, all the stuff that Andrew does, and Victor calls out on. When Victor does come out, and the basketball team, is acting very homophobic towards him. Victor calls Andrew out on his inactiveness. Like, you're the captain, you're not doing anything. Like, do something. And I wasn't surprised when the two of them got together because, like, when Andrew's talking about, it was either Andrew or Mia was talking about their first time, they're talking about each other. And you know that Andrew still has some feelings for Mia because he's been, since in season 1 when she goes out with Victor, he kind of suppresses them. Like, he's not really trying to, like, just pounce on her,
Right.
Season 1 because he knows that she's with Victor. And I think that's why, because he realizes, I really like her. I'll just be patient. When the time is right, I'll make my move. I'll find a way to, be in a relationship with her again. And when Victor does come out, Andrew does take his time with Mia. Like, he doesn't really try to rush her into things so quickly, and it's I won't say organic per se, but it's not rushed. And
I think very understanding of her feelings and what she's going through.
Right. And I do feel like those two, actually, with any of the couples, were to be in game, it would be Andrew and Mia would have lasted the longest.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I'm sorry.
But I agree.
Benji, and
I don't know. I feel like if we would have got a couple more seasons, I feel like Andrew would have slipped up.
You think so?
Yeah,
I just give him.
Yeah,
very much. I feel like his development as a character was halted. Just because of what happened, like, with season 3 being the ending. But it's something about him, and I love the actor because he's in, the current screen, and he's one of the twins, and I love him. But it was just something about the character. Like, I liked them, but I always felt like, even with the whole situation with the basketball team after the fact, I kind of felt like he was trying a little bit too hard. And it was just like, hey, just let it, let shit just, smooth over and just let shit just happen. Just be true to yourself and who I am as a friend. And then I felt like with Mia, I felt like he was there, but I just felt something just felt off. And I just felt like that's something else. Because we've never seen his family or anything like that. So I think from what I've gathered from season 1 and 2, I felt like he has some generational trauma going on as well.
I agree with you there. There should have been see if we could actually see into his family life, like see what we've seen everybody else's.
Right.
Like, we see everybody else's family life. It's like, why can't we see what Andrew's is like? But of course, they're trying to do that 2-dimensional storytelling like that with his character. Oh, he's just a jock, who just likes this girl. Like, is there a reason for that? Like, his upbringing, like his.
Well, when they steal plot lines from Friends, and you have a Joey character, and you don't really, they really didn't know Joey, but made him just a dumb womanizer. I mean.
You're right. The reason why I said
some hidden things, not like him was like he wasn't like gay or anything like that. I just feel like he was holding a lot, and I feel like he's dealt with something that has him act the way he acts.
And the reason why I said was because like we've said this, like Victor and Benji just would not work. Like even though they tried, they forced it. Like when they forced like season 3, I'm not going to detail. They forced it. They forced it. Now Victor and if they actually made Victor and Raheem a couple, they would have been in game. They would have been in game. Victor and Raheem would have been in game. And the reason why I say Mia and Andrew would at least be around for a minute is because Andrew at least tried. Like when Mia, dang it, I can't say because it's season 3. But let me but let me just say, and like Andrew's tenacity, like of what's going on. I'm not gonna say what's going on, but whatever is happening between the two in season 3, he is trying to he is doing everything he can. He's doing everything he can to be with her because he really does love her and does care for her. Just like all these characters in these relationships do. But it's like when you see what he does, like the things that he tries to do to make it work, like yeah, he really does like this girl. Like he really does.
I'm gonna go back to
like how Joey loved Rachel.
Wait, what?
Kind of like how Joey loved Rachel.
Ever since now you saying that got me want to go watch this Joey clip.
I'm just saying, like Benji out here being Ross, or hell, even look. Sometimes when you make a really good couple, when you make an in-game couple, and then you bring in a character that's supposed to be a false love interest, but the false love interest is like 10 times better, like Chandler and Monica, or even Ruby and Otis on Sex Education. I still ain't forgot about that. I still am very salty about that too. It's just like you got to be adaptable.
Mm-hmm.
Adaptable.
Like God, no, Benji should have stayed a barista.
Yeah, I don't like Benji. He can go. Because I just did not. I think what it was for me with Benji was his birthday dinner and the way he was talking.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, girl, whatever.
And then you can tell their different upbringing. Of course, when someone says something you don't like, of course, you're gonna get upset. But how he came at Isabel, like when she found them together having sex, and he just was like, just talking like he was a grown man. Like, bro, that's his mom.
Right.
Granted, she need to be taught. She need to get herself together.
But don't forget, you still an adult and a child, and you're still a child in an adult's house. You don't pay no damn bills there. Watch your mouth.
Period.
You shouldn't be having no sex anyway.
It's like she was saying, your brother is right next door. Like your little brother is right the way of saying that. And Benji was like, "What? What do you mean?" I was like, and Victor was talking, Benji, just go, like
chill,
stop. Because you don't know what's gonna happen. She can take this belt off and whip your butt just like she go with mine. Like stop. Like.
You know what? I'm gonna save my thoughts about Mia for part 2.
Okay.
Ooh.
It ain't bad. It's just that I see the development and I see why because of her background with her dad.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Love Mia down though.
Oh yeah, love her.
Love Mia down. I've told you both. I think Mia should have had a spinoff series of her college years. That's how you could have. That's how you could have went more into her and her growing up. And then no shade, you could have kept Andrew. You could have kept him around, let them develop a little bit more, and
like Love and Basketball
spinoff, right? Spinoff of a spinoff. I like that. I mean, it's been done. It's been done.
Mm-hmm. Like Joey.
Yep. Or Legacies. Like it's been done. It's been done. So So, final thoughts. What are your final thoughts on seasons 1 and 2 of Love Victor?
I give season 1 10 out of 10. Just because coming from Love Simon, you get to go deeper into all characters, give us that soap opera feel. It's the way they open up episode 1, ended the last episode, and then how you went into season 2. I give season 2 an 8 out of 10. And that's just because I felt like it could have been a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. Especially if you knew season 3 was going to be the end. And then I already give season 3 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Because one, not y'all gave me 8 episodes.
Right, it need to be 10 because season 1 and 2 are 10 episodes. Right.
Like, not you gave us 8 episodes and this is the final season. And I'm gonna say this too: you want to wrap everything up with a bow and then put it under the Christmas tree? Like we gonna like what?
They said wrap it up. They said
wrap it up. Like So that's just how I feel. It'll probably change, but right now, season 3, 5 out of 10.
That was so eloquently put. No, like, yeah, I agree with Mike. I'm gonna give it season 1 absolutely 10 out of 10. Everything across the board. It did the damn thing. Great spinoff. It's great in its own right. Season 2, I'm gonna give it 7.5. It loses a 0.5 just for having Sam Smith time after time in the finale. I wasn't down with that song. Yeah, it should have been a different person.
Should have been the original. It should have been
anybody else but Sam Smith. Anybody else? I'm tired of their voice. I'm tired of it. It's over. It's over. Like it's done. Like big. It's over. It's done. Move on. Season 3. I'll give the rating next time.
Yeah, I'll give the rating next time. But yeah, season 1 did a great job intersecting what Love Simon did and what Love Victor was meant to do. Like bridging the gap and understanding why the spinoff was necessary. Mm-hmm. Because, I said it earlier in this episode, but when they both say, each story is different. Like each person has their own coming out story. And Love Victor, the first season, did a great job of understanding the character, where the mentality of each character, where they were coming from and why they were doing what they were doing. And season 2, they rushed some things and they rushed things and they went a little overboard. And my last note is Disney Disney Plus, don't forget that was the original streaming service that it was supposed to be on when it came out. Right. But they decided to put it on Hulu instead. So, they put it on Hulu. It did great. Season 1, 2, knocked it out the park. And all of a sudden, when season 3, Love Victor became a phenomenon. When season 3 came out, we're streaming it on Disney Plus now, guys. Don't think we forgot. Because have y'all seen it on there before Prime Month when they put it on this month? Nope. Don't think we forgot. We have Pepperidge Farms members.
They wanted them views, them household views. That's all.
But anyway, this is What's the Tea. Thank you for joining us for this episode. We will be back with part 2 as we talk about season 3 of Love Victor. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Peace.
Peace.